Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sober School, where you can always find experience, strength, and hope. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic through and through. We want to welcome you to this platform here today, regardless of what your addiction may be. You are absolutely welcome here. We support your pathway, all pathways of recovery, and whichever pathway it is that you choose. Well, we are here to help, and we definitely want to make sure that it works for you. If you're watching us through our Recovery Classroom Facebook group page or private group, we encourage you, please share your own experience, strength, and hope, and share your own words of wisdom. You never know who needs to hear what it is you might have to say, and it could just change someone's life, including your own. Tonight, if you're local to the area here in Barboursville, Huntington, West Virginia, I encourage you to get down to the Attitude Adjustment meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. It's an exciting meeting, always an exciting meeting. I've never walked out of that meeting going, no, I've always walked out of that meeting fired up. So it's at Bates Presbyterian Church, located on East Pea Ridge Road here in Barboursville tonight at 7 o'clock. Also today, if you have the availability, if you're free at 12 noon today, Eastern Standard Time, I put it out on the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page. I'll actually be speaking today in a meeting again, I put the information out on the classroom, sharing my experience, strength, and hope, a little bit about my past. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on my past because I'm going to be talking a lot about the future because I'm excited about my future. So I want to encourage you to join that meeting if you're available at 12 noon today. So, and I want to talk really quick, kind of wrap things up with step 3. Now, you're probably saying, why are you wrapping things up step 3? Well, because step 4 is something you probably need to do with your qualified sponsor. If I'm not your qualified sponsor, I'm not your sponsor. So, I work with my guys through their step 4. The folks that I sponsor, I take them through their step 4 and on through the remainder of the steps. But I'm just trying to help you get through the first 3 steps. If I can get you through the first 3 steps and you can find a qualified sponsor to work through step 4, that's what you need to do. So I'm going to kind of wrap things up with step 3 today, hopefully. And I want to talk about this real quick. Who am I to say there is no God? Right? Who am I to say that there's no power greater than myself? And I didn't really touch on this before, but if we admitted that our lives are unmanageable, that we can't control our addiction, and then we say, well, I'm not sure in this mahamba jamba pie in the sky, kumbaya stuff you're talking about, Drew. Okay, that's fair. I know when I came in, I heard about God. I wanted nothing to do with it because I heard God, and I immediately thought back to the God from my childhood. What I didn't understand is I had to redefine my own definitions. But with all that being said, let's say I don't want to believe in God. Well, who am I to say there is no God? Think about it for a second, rationally speaking, right? Because I'm the guy who could not control my drinking. I'm the guy who couldn't pay my bills. I'm the guy who could barely make it to work. I'm the guy who had screwed up so many things in my life. I'm the guy who has a dumpster fire of a life. So I have no credibility whatsoever to say whether or not there is a God. What I am saying is, for me personally, I came to believe, step 2, I came to believe that a power greater than me, greater than you, greater than human power, a supernatural power, a power that's not natural, that's unable to be defined by science. So it's got to be supernatural. I came to believe that a power greater than me can restore me to sanity. And that was step 2. Well, so if my life is unmanageable and I can't control my alcoholism, I'm powerless over my addiction, and I came to believe that there is a human power out there that can restore me to sanity, what's the next logical step? Now, let me pause here for a second. I'm not trying to push AA. That's not what I'm trying to do. Again, your pathway is your pathway. What I cannot tell you, and I won't try to tell you how you have to get sober. I can't do that. I will never do that. Tell you have to do this. All I can tell you, though, is how I got sober. And how I got sober was through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. So there's my disclaimer. I'm not pushing AA. I'm just telling you what I did and what that logical process was in my brain as I was sobering up, what that logical thought process was in my brain. So if I'm powerless over my alcoholism, my life had become unmanageable, and I finally said, okay, maybe there is something out there that can restore me to sanity. The next logical step in my brain was to go, maybe I should give that thing a chance, whatever that power greater than me is. All right. Now, I choose to call that power greater than myself God. You can call yours whatever. But so when I say God, don't think about religion. All right. It has nothing to do with religion. So I made a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of a God of my own understanding. So let's talk about turn my will and my life. Will is my thoughts. My life is the accumulated sum of all the actions that I've taken since the day I was born. All right. If I look back over my life, I'm really looking back and thinking back over all the actions. So if I'm turning my will and my life, I'm turning my thoughts and my actions over to the care of a God of my own understanding. I'm not saying this is a religion and I'm signing a membership card to the Baptist church or whatever church. That's not it at all. Okay. The key word in all that, made a decision. Making a decision is one thing. Taking action is something else. I made a decision. Say, God, whom I choose to call God, I'm going to start thinking about you and let you kind of call the shots here. And then I'm going to start taking action based upon what I believe you are sharing with me. And that's pretty much it, guys. I made a decision, but the key word is I had to actually start doing it. See, I can make decisions all day long. Last week, I made a decision to go outside and cut my grass. It didn't happen. It was a little too cold, right? Up here in West Virginia, it got cold really quick. I made a decision to go out there and cut my grass. I might make a decision to go to the grocery store. Make a decision and actually going to the grocery store are two different things. So if you want to make that decision, that's great. Now, what are you going to do to take action and to show that you've made that decision? Making a decision and action, those are two different things. All right. For me, I made the decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of a God of my own understanding. What did that mean? What action did I take? Well, first and foremost, I started making sure that I was in a meeting every possible opportunity I had. I started making sure I was hanging out with like-minded people every chance I got. Not to listen to them read, right? Not to listen to them talk about this announcement or that announcement, but to listen to their own experience, strength, and hope. Because I knew that these people had already solved their alcohol problem and that they might be able to help me solve mine. And then I would take their suggestions. I'd listen to their suggestions. Sometimes I'd go, no, I don't think it's going to work for me. And that's fair. Other times I'd take their suggestions. I go, you know what? That's pretty good. Let me try it. Took action. So I made a decision to turn my will and my life. I made a decision to listen, and I made a decision to take action. And I actually took the action of trying to apply the things I would hear from folks in these rooms and in these meetings. That's why it's so critical that we pay attention to who we're surrounding ourselves with. I said this last week. If I'm a drug addict and I have a problem with drugs and I continue hanging out with people who are drug addicts, chances are I'm going to be really hard pressed to break my own addiction, to stop my own addiction. And, matter of fact, just the other night, it was about 1:30 in the morning. I got a text message and I was wide awake at that point. There was a person that I've known for a couple years now. This person was in a bad spot in their life, and I remember sharing with this individual, you need to take action. And within 12 hours, this person had already, they came back to the house and said, hey, this is what's going on. And I was like, wow, talk about taking action. This person took action. This person made a decision, and then they took action on the decision that they made. And now their life is already heading on a whole new trajectory. And I could not be more excited, more happy, and more proud of this person. So I want to encourage you today. Make a decision. You have to make the decision, but then you have to take the action. And you can start. It's easy to start by just making sure you surround yourself with like-minded individuals. That's why it's important to hit those meetings, to stay connected with people who all share the same common goal that you have right now. So with that being said, I will let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in early in the morning and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be more appreciative. So thank you. I know my family appreciates it too. If there's a topic you'd like to have discussed, drop it in the Recovery Classroom Facebook group page. We'll take a look at it. Also, this Friday night, the Crosstalk meeting, 7 o'clock, Pea Ridge United Methodist. So, guys, again, thank you once again. Hope you guys have a kick-ass Wednesday. You can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.